This is the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, Samsung's undisputed king of Android. Now, I've had some hands-on time with it, so let's talk about what's new, what's improved, and whether this thing is worth your $1,300. So let's start with a feature that feels surprisingly innovative and honestly deserves a much cooler name than what Samsung gave it. It's called Privacy Display. Now, I would have gone with something more like Mind Your Own Business mode, but here we are. You know those privacy screen protectors some people slap on their phones? The ones that make the screen look black from any angle? Well, now the S26 Ultra now does the same thing, but natively. It's built right into the screen at the pixel level. And this is the first smartphone in history to do that. Now, with a screen protector, everything is always private, whether you're checking your bank account or cat videos. It doesn't care, and it always degrades image quality, at least somewhat. But with the S26 Ultra, you get to be smart about all that. You can set privacy display feature to only activate for certain sensitive apps like your banking app or your notes, for example. So you get full privacy where it counts, and you can still enjoy that beautiful OLED display when viewing photos, videos, or other content. You can also choose to black out just your notification pop-ups or just go all the way and have the whole screen blacked out. There are two intensity levels. The default setting, from what I saw, does a marvelous job at making the screen black. However, it is not entirely invisible, especially if someone is sitting close to you and they kind of look over your shoulder a little bit. They might be able to see what's on your display, albeit pretty difficult. The plus side of that option is that when you're looking at the screen up front, it looks as beautiful as always. It doesn't degrade image quality. Now, there is also a max privacy option, which when you activate it, even if you view your device up front, it slightly degrades image quality. It reduces the contrast a little bit, washes out the colors slightly, so there is a little bit of an image quality hit. However, it's extremely private, so even at slight angles, it gets completely invisible. Everything gets completely blocked from view. So overall, I'm very pleasantly surprised by this Samsung innovation, and I do believe that other manufacturers will follow suit quickly with implementations of their own. Now let's talk design. Last year, Samsung rounded off the sharp corners of the Galaxy S25 Ultra to make it more comfortable in the hand and to look more like a Galaxy phone. But which, it was cool. It was cool, but it had that kind of bittersweet vibe where I think the old, more squarish shape was very neat and unique. But this year there is a new improvement to the design of the Galaxy S26 Ultra, which is just positive. There's no drawbacks to it, and that is the phone is slimmer. It's down from 8.2 millimeters in the S25 Ultra to 7.9 millimeter, which is a meaningful. It sounds small on paper, like a small difference, but in reality, when you hold the phone, it makes a good impression on you and makes that phone even more premium and more refined. Weight is also slightly down from 218 grams to 214 grams. Again, a subtle improvement, but you feel it over the course of a day. So these are all improvements in the right direction in my book. So now here's something that Samsung fans have been asking for a while, which is faster wired charging. Sadly, the battery capacity stays the same at 5,000 milliamp hours, so it's not bigger, which is actually good. And when you think about it from the perspective of you're getting a slimmer design and the battery is still 5,000 milliamp hours, that's good. That's a good thing. But the other positive news is that wired charging is going up from 45 watts to 65 watts, which is a pretty decent improvement. Sure, yeah, we don't get a silicon carbon battery tech just yet, but at least we got 65 watts of charging. Of course, I haven't had enough time with the phone yet to run full battery benchmarks, but our in-depth PhoneArena battery score is coming soon. Stay tuned for all the objective results and measurements that we're gonna have. Still with the new Snapdragon chip, and it's got the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and also a better thermal cooling solution, which is always good. I do expect the Galaxy S26 Ultra to have at least the same battery life as the previous generation phone, or even, to be honest, I think it's gonna be slightly better. So now there's a lot more going on under the hood of the Galaxy S26 Ultra. I haven't had a full chance to dig into it yet. So let me just give you a quick rundown of some other notable new things in the phone. The chipset is, of course, as mentioned, the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. That is a big name for a big chip. More power, better efficiency. We'll see how it fares with performance benchmarks soon enough. The other thing is the main camera is getting a wider aperture this year. Plus, of course, all the improved processing, both from Qualcomm's new improved ISP and from Samsung's AI algorithms and all that good stuff. So, in short, hardware-wise, the improvements aren't too big. You get a wider aperture, yes, and with the improved algorithms, you can hope for better low-light performance and specifically better handling of noise. This is what they doubled down on. They said, you guys, the images should be less grainy. That's what it is, which is a good thing. Again, a welcome improvement for the latest Galaxy S phone. Galaxy AI, yes, gets some fun new tricks as well, including a generative add to photo feature. So up until now, you can very easily remove unwanted stuff from photographs you've taken. Now it's even easier and better with this phone to add stuff into a picture as well. And of course, the S Pen, thank God, is still here. Thank God, with all of its features, still awesome to have the S Pen for signing documents, for handwritten notes, or doing some brainstorming maybe. Or those who can draw, all of that good stuff with the S Pen. Hey guys, quick announcement. Our new coffee table book, Iconic Phones, is now available for purchase in the US and Canada. Iconic Phones is a tribute to some of the most legendary devices, going all the way back to the unique designs of the early 2000s. Inside you'll find original photography, stories, exclusive quotes from some of the biggest tech tubers right now, including Austin Evans, Jerry Rick Everything, Mr. Who's the Boss, and more. So if you love retro tech, check the link in the description to learn more about the book and order a copy for yourself. And now, back to the video. So, where does the S26 Ultra stand in the Android landscape? If you ask me, I think it's at the very top of the mountain, replacing its predecessor. And sure, there's some impressive other like ultra tier phones, mostly out of Chinese brands like Xiaomi and Vivo, but they're either hard to get outside of China, or they don't have the same level of software support, or they're like similarly priced, which kind of, defeats the purpose of getting such a phone. Neither of them, I think, can match Samsung's like full package of services, of features, of Galaxy AI, of ecosystem integrations with buds and tablets and computers and so on. And now some great features like privacy display and the sheer breadth of AI functionality that Samsung has already built into its platform, One UI. The S26 Ultra is not reinventing the wheel, and it doesn't need to. What Samsung has done here is to take an already excellent phone and sharpen every edge, so to speak. So it has a slimmer body, it has faster charging, it's got this killer display feature, even more capable cameras, a more powerful chip with better cooling. So, if you're in the market for the best Android phone money can buy, the Galaxy S26 Ultra seems to be, once again, a great answer. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra goes on sale March 11th, starting at $1,300 for the 256GB version with 12 gigs of RAM. All of that stays the same as with the previous generation. Pre-orders are open right now. And our full review, including in-depth battery, camera, and performance testing, is coming very, very soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, because this thing is a beast. I'm excited. Stay tuned.